Kirsty, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yeah, so good to be here. It's been an incredible journey. Thank you for having me.
You're really, really welcome. So share with everyone, what is it that you do in your business at the moment? And then maybe we'll go back to like how it all began and what inspired you to start.
Yeah, so this year's been an incredible year of going all in on myself, and the results have been incredible. So I run a business called Inner Love, and what we do is we help women reconnect with the essence of who they are, to find out what their passion is, what their purpose is, and live a really fulfilling and rewarding life. And my motto is you have one life. And so my deepest fear around that was to get to 80 and to regret everything that I didn't do because I was stuck in fear, or I was living a life that wasn't my own. So through my own journey, I found my passion, and now it's my mission to help other women connect with what theirs is. And it's been an incredible journey. And I love what I do.
It's beautiful. Did you think about that for a while? Like, was that something that was on your mind? Like that fear of, you know what, I don't want to be that statistic, the average person who does get to the end of their life and think, man, I could have done this, I could have done that.
Yeah. Well, I did 10 years in corporate. So I was in corporate since I was about 18. Yeah. And I really thought that was where my life should have gone. Like I lived in the world of the shoulds. I should it all over myself. I should do this, I should do that. And I ended up just depleting my life force, and I ended up really depressed and really anxious. And, I had a lot of childhood trauma. So for me, it was like, I'll just do whatever someone tells me to do. And because I didn't believe in myself, I didn't know who I was. And so I followed the corporate world, and, I owned my first house at 24. I had a beautiful marriage. I had beautiful kids, but deep down I was so unfulfilled, and I was more depressed than I was ever in my life. And I'm just thinking like, this isn't, there's more to life than this. And I want to go and find it. So it really drove me to find coaching and to start that process of self-healing and the possibility of helping others do the same thing.
Wow. So it sounds like you followed, I think, what most people are told to do. Yeah. So like get that career going really early. You did. You sounded like you were successful in it. You saved up, bought a house. That's really, it's a wonderful achievement at a young age. You've got married, you've got kids. So it's kind of like the story that we're sold, the white picket fence and the kids and the house and the car, but you were depressed.
Yeah.
Now, how did you then go from that to, I'm going to do a coaching course? Like, what was the bridge? What was the transition? And how did you find the International Coaching Institute?
Yeah, great. So I had my daughter. So I had the corporate life as my old identity. Then I had my daughter, and then I tried to go back to my old life and the old identity that I had, and it didn't fit anymore. And I felt super lost, and I felt super uncertain on who I was. And so I found the International Coaching Institute actually through a friend of mine, and she worked there, and I think it just popped up. It just popped up for me, and it really grabbed me, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was. It was a feeling, it was a knowing, and I was like, wow, like I really want to make a difference, and I really love helping people, and I really love finding solutions, and I love creation. So helping people create the life that they want, or just even start a business, or bring their ideas to life. And so I had a lot of stuff holding me back, and I thought, well, I've never heard of coaching really. Like I've never really heard of personal development. What is this world? And I just jumped in. It just felt right for me. And sometimes you just know, and you can get in your head about it, and you can sit there and you can overthink, and you can be like, well, is this good for me? Is this not good for me? And sometimes you just got to go with that gut instinct. So it was like a knowing, and I just did it. And it has been the most transformational journey I have ever been on. And now I live a life that's full of passion and love and inspiration.
It's awesome. It's really
I'm
wonderful.
no longer depressed, which is great.
I'm no longer depressed. Yay. Good on you. Now, there's so much that I want to ask you about what you do, but just before we go there, when you were at that transition period, because I know so many people will be watching this and they're at a transition period as well. They're like, you know what, I'm in a career I don't like, or I'm in a life situation that I don't like. You had a lot going on. You know, you had a lot of responsibility, right? Your mum, you were depressed. That's no one likes to feel that way. But you had this feeling, you know what, I've got to trust my gut. I want to do this. You knew that there was something better on the other side. Was it a challenge to make that decision, or was it just like, did you just go, you know what, I need to just, like, I like the metaphor, sometimes you have to jump off the cliff before you know you've got wings kind of thing.
Yeah.
What was it like for you?
Yeah, I was in the pit, to be honest. I was in the deepest pit I've been in. And, you know, I didn't know how to process my emotions. So I would self-harm, and I would do all these unresourceful patterns to cope. And I just got to a point where I'm like, I can't live like this. Like, this isn't how, this is not right. Like, this is not okay. This is not, suffering is not how we should be living our life. And so for me, it was a challenge to actually invest anything in myself. I had done therapy, I had done psychology, I'd done all of the things, and nothing worked. And so that initial investment in myself was one of the most scariest investments that I made. I joined straight into pro coach because at that point in my life, I was an all or nothing type of girl. And so I'm just like, this is it. Like, I'm just going to do this because I can't live like this anymore. And also, what do I want to create for my life? You know, what is that highest version of myself that I want to be? And this is not it. And I know coaching is an incredible modality, and the people, like all of the team at ICI, were really, really supportive and really held me in all of it. And so that whole process from start to finish, it was so supportive. I felt so safe to really go there. And yeah, like my whole life has changed. So while it was the most challenging decision that I made, it has been the most incredibly rewarding decision that I've made as well.
Beautiful. It's really, really wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. So many people will resonate with what you've said. I think that it's very common for people to feel guilty, or just that it's that there's a concern around that investment in yourself. It's like, yeah, but there's all these other things that are going on. And especially when, like you said, you've tried all this other stuff. You've done the psychology.
Trying. So much trying.
Right. And it's not getting you what you want.
Yeah.
It must feel pretty amazing to have, you know, I know that you've still got a long way to go. We're all a work in progress. We know that. But to have achieved what you were looking for such a long period of time, I would love to know how you use that in your business, because that's the thing that's obvious to me. It's like, because you have gone on the journey yourself, I imagine it must be so easy to be passionate about helping these other people go on that journey. And also, I just want to mention that because a lot of people say, well, I don't know if I want to become a coach because I still need to work on my stuff. Yeah. And I always say to them, but that's why you should become a coach.
Yeah, 100%.
Because then you can work on that stuff whilst you're learning to help other people. And then that becomes your fuel to run your business. How does that apply for you?
Yeah, I totally agree. I actually have this motto at the moment of like, if you want to heal yourself, start a business.
Yeah.
Because it has been the most healing journey I've ever been on, like to find my self-worth, to discover my self-belief, like unwavering self-belief in my abilities, to know what I'm capable of, which was way beyond what I thought, right? Like my first year of business, I've hit almost $250,000. And there's no way I would have thought that, you know, like just a year ago, I was distrusting of people. I hated people. Yeah. Like I can stand here and say, I didn't want to talk to anybody because I had a lot of my own healing to do. I had to learn how to trust people. I had to learn how to connect with people, to talk to people, to get out of my comfort zone. So by having my own business and helping others, I help myself in the process. And I don't believe we need to be fixed, or we're not broken. Like it's a journey. Life is a journey, and we get to love the journey that we're on. It's not about a destination. It's loving the journey and finding our way and helping each other out. And it's a beautiful healing journey for yourself, and you get to make a difference to others at the same time. You figure it out along the way, and you have the support and you have the guidance around you to help you and support you.
It's beautiful. And so tell me now about the work that you do. I've seen a couple of your Facebook posts. You're doing these beautiful retreats with women. Tell us a bit about what you're doing and just what you love about what you get to do now. So different from corporate.
Yeah.
It couldn't be further from being in an office.
My soul just wants to be free, and it just wants to express life through me, and feel the depths of what life has to offer. And I couldn't achieve that in corporate, just in a box, and the labels we put on ourselves. I support women through running incredible transformational retreats. We do a 6-week program that helps you identify what it is. So we help women who feel lost and unsure on what their next step is, or their goals, or what they want. So we do a 6-week program, we do retreats, and we're just about to launch our facilitation course for women who want to create these incredible spaces for women. So we do women's circles, we do cacao ceremonies and retreats. So that's coming in the pipeline for next year. It's just bringing community together and bringing women together in however that looks. So yeah.
You have a pretty awesome story to go from depressed to loving your life, helping other people do the same thing, and really passionate about what you're doing. I trust that you're proud of yourself and how far you've come, and excited about where you want to go next.
Yeah, 100%.
What would you say to someone who's watching this, who's inspired by your story and who's thinking about becoming a coach and joining the school?
Just do it. Like, you have one life. And if you're really feeling that call to find your purpose and to find out, like, just to live a life of purpose and passion and inspiration. Yeah, it's like, how much more time will you spend unhappy, unfulfilled? Like, life is here for living, and it's an incredible experience. And coaching is a world where you get to look at all of your stuff and move through it and come out the other side and just be like, wow, like, look how far I have come. And helping others do that same journey is the most rewarding feeling in the world. And if you feel it inside of you, then do it.
Thank you so much. So wonderful to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's beautiful. And I'm very excited for the mission of spreading this work into the world. It's so needed. And at a time where we're so disconnected with everything that's going on, what we need is to bring everyone together and hold each other in love and support.
Well said. That was an awesome interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.